Morning sports fans, Peter Finch here, and you join me down sports fans. And you join me at Flixton Golf Club, sneaky good course, I like it here. It feels like a big garden. And I'm here to test out something. So you might recognise this wedge, it's a PM grind Callaway. No it's not. It's a high toe TaylorMade. No it's not. It's a Wilson Staff Model HT, Model High Toe. And we're going to be looking at this wedge today to see if it can perform anywhere near what it's basically copied. But we're also going to be having a look at what manufacturers do with clubs, because whenever someone brings something new, original, or something slightly different out which catches the popular attention, and more importantly which people buy, you'll start to see companies make their own versions. Now some would say that's copying, some would say that that is understanding what the market wants. But get down into those comments below, let us know when you think a golf company has taken another company's idea and ran with it. With lots of wedge testing, but that was a good shot first. 100 yards. Let's see what the sand wedge in this high toe is like. Now I should point out where I actually stand on this. I don't care. As long as there's no copyright infringements, I see no issue with a company taking a good idea and trying to make it their own. Bear in mind the things that you take for granted in your golf clubs at the moment. Let's say movable weight technology in a driver. All the companies didn't spontaneously come up with that idea together. Things like the high toe wedge. This was Callaway and it's now been adapted to TaylorMade and now Wilson. So remember, there's always an original. There's always a starting point. Then other companies take it and make it their own. This is the 60 degree. It does just pop up into the air very, very easily. Whoa, sit. That was a little bit silly. Okay, concentrate on your landing point. That's a bit more like it. Do it for me. If you enjoyed this video and you like the look of my channel, please do not be shy and hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out. So an early test for a wedge for me is always from 50 yards. If you can play in that low little one, just with a lob wedge, of a hit the green, skip, grab, and then release into the hole. With a high toe, and I found this in the past with other manufacturers, so this isn't something specific to Wilson, is that when you strike a high toe wedge, it tends to roll up the club face and actually get quite a lot of elevation very quickly. So it actually makes controlling the trajectory on short pitch shots a little bit more difficult. I'm currently using some Vokey SM8s, and that's what they're actually amazing for. They've positioned the CG in the club head, so you can actually control the flight on pitches a little bit better and avoid that rolling up the face effect. But if you're going to get a high toe wedge, it's not about controlling that traj on a pitch shot that you're going to be worried about. It's going to be getting the ball up, out of rubbish lies, in and around the greens. That's where it's most effective. So one of the big advantages is the fact you can just open up that club face, really utilize the bounce and the toe of the golf club. Obviously, it's high in that area for a reason. So I've chosen a relatively tricky shot. I've got this bank in front of me that drops down onto the green. There's only maybe about 8 foot of green to work with. So I'm going to open up this high toe, really going to use as much loft as I can. Oh no! Oh wow, back of the green and a lot of spin. Oh. So let's have a bit more of an in-depth look at this HT staff model. So apparently it's tour inspired and tour proven, which would mean that a tour Wilson staffer uses this on tour. I don't know who. It's got a high toe wide sole construction. So the high toe designed to give you flexibility you demand while allowing you to save shots as you approach the green. The face shape and sole allow the club to be played at varying degrees of open or closed configurations, giving you control over the amount of face that contacts the ball. And it's got a mill face on there as well, which you'd obviously expect from a high performing wedge. So this is the Wilson wedge, and this is a TaylorMade high toe wedge. I mean, there's different soles on there. Obviously the mill grind is a different construction type, but as far as shape goes, they are so incredibly similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, one less groove on the Wilson. I guess that's why it's probably cheaper. But as far as what it actually looks like face on, they are so identical. But again, Wilson have made this wedge because there is a demand for this design. And we've spoken about it briefly, but let's have a little bit of a think about when this has happened before. So I mean, a classic example is the Ping Answer putter. So since the Answer's inception, if you think about the amount of putters that are brought out with that design. In my bag at the moment, I've got the Scotty Cameron Newport, which is basically that design. If you think about when TaylorMade brought out the SLDR driver, how many companies then started to push that CG further forward so you could get that high launch and low spin? Obviously, I've just compared the high toe in the TaylorMade, but the high toe designed that because of the PM grind from the Callaway Mac Daddy wedge. And this list can go on and on and on.
So off the fairway, an approach shot, certainly the 60 degree isn't blowing my mind. The 56 again, maybe slightly inconsistent as far as how that traj is working. But at the bunker, it felt good. It felt easy, there was no concentration there, I was just like flopping it out. That is one of the real strengths here. So I've just got a fairway lie here, and there's no obstacle in between, but I just want to show you what it's like off a tight lie to use a high toe wedge, and this wedge in particular, where I can open up that sole, use the bounce, activate that bounce as I'm coming through, and I can just hit it straight up in the air. Sun comes out. So it's going to open up the face, ball position front of my stance, a little bit of weight on my left side, drive that club underneath the ball. Now obviously that's completely the wrong shot to play, but the ease at which that club can just slide underneath the ball is brilliant. One thing I do have to give Wilson some dues for, this is probably the best feeling wedge that they've made in my opinion. Tried some out last year and it looked okay, they were alright, but these ones feel really good actually. Not enough to make me want to switch to them, but enough to make me interested. Here's a scramble test, literally about, I don't know, 6 foot to the edge of the green, bunker. So we're going to go to the other side. So that was pretty good. Gonna get home now, have a little bit of a recap and a review, but the one thing which is really cool is I've absolutely loved Flixton today. It's in great nick. 9-hole course, well 10-hole course that you can just whip around, and I'll definitely be coming back. Really enjoyed it today.
So price-wise, brand new puts it about 30 quid below the Callaway and the TaylorMade, depending on which website you use, depending on if it's new or used, which I actually think puts this Wilson wedge in a pretty decent spot. Now, I've not done any launch monitor testing with these wedges, but I know from being on the course, they're going to be generating over 10,000 revs to spin when I strike them on a full shot. That's without question. They actually feel better than most of the Wilson wedges that I've tested in the past. And they also look better as well. I just like that high toe design, and for many golfers, this could be a wonderful weapon to have in the bag. Is it good enough for me to switch away from my Vokeys? No, just because I think the Vokeys are more adaptable from lots of different situations, especially on the pitches into the green. But if you're looking for a wedge around the greens, have a go with this high toe, but also have a go with the TaylorMade high toe, have a go with the PM grind from Callaway. They're all doing the same job, they're all doing a very similar thing. Because that's the point. That's why TaylorMade, that's why Wilson have brought out these wedges. They fill a need and a gap in the market that people want to see. So everybody, just want to say a massive thank you for watching. Remember, get down into those comments, let me know your thoughts, like this video, and please also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you down here next time.